Well, another magnificent, wonderful experience for me was being involved in all of these rock operas, Hair and Superstar and Tommy and Sgt. Pepper. In each case, I was able to work with the creators, and it was just an unbelievable experience for Sgt. Pepper, because they didn't need any help from anybody, and they agreed with Tom O'Horgan, the director of Sgt. Pepper. Tom O'Horgan also directed Hair and Superstar, that he would have access to whatever songs that he would like for his concept of the Sgt. Pepper piece. And Mr. O'Horgan called it Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band on the Road, because we were going to go on the road and do these songs. So they came in sequentially, all four of them, individually, collectively, all together, one at a time, and helped us throughout the entire rehearsal process. It was almost as if they were tutoring us, on what each song was about and how each song came to be and what they felt when they were recording them. And they helped the band, they helped all the musicians to work on certain passages, on lines of the songs, and they certainly were extremely helpful with all of us who were there and blessed with being able to sing it. So yes, the answer is I met them all, and they are all magnificent, and God bless them for what they did for the music world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you know that every teenage girl in the United States was in love with you?
Yes.
Every girl in of course, every girl in the United States was in love with him. He was in the Teddy Neeley 5, right? Chicks dig the Teddy Neeley 5, right? Come on.
I went to an all-girl Catholic school. We loved
An all-girl school anywhere I would love. I can't help but respond when you say that I was loved. How come you didn't tell me then? I'm sorry?
When we were at the showings, we always said it at the spring cleaning.
Well,
Well, you can yell at the screen tonight too if you want. He'll be sitting over there.
I have been so fortunate to be in these four. Everything I've done has been by accident, pretty much. And I'll tell you honestly, accident is exactly the truth, because the band I worked with, that he's referring to constantly, we were together when we were in grade school in Texas. And my hometown, Ranger, Texas, is such a tiny town. The entire population just in the lobby here of the theater. And so everybody knew everybody. And we worked all the time. Could have been because we were the only band. We got hired, you see. But by the time we graduated from high school, we had it together fairly well in terms of performances and working and all that. And our parents agreed to let us go off for the summer. Provided we came back in the fall, we were all going to go to Texas University to get our career started. Well, we were very fortunate, because when we traveled from Texas to Los Angeles, that was our goal, and we worked in nightclubs in various cities on the way. We would just go to find that there was a nightclub, say in Albuquerque, and we'd go knock on the door and audition, and they would either hire us or tell us to hit the road, and we'd keep going. We finally got to Los Angeles, and when we were there, it was rare because we were the only band in the Hollywood area at that time that wasn't playing predominantly surfer music. Being from Texas, we played what they referred to as Tex-Mex music, which was basically us copying everybody that you heard on the radio, just had a twangy version of it. And so we built a really good following in Hollywood at that time, because they wanted to come see those weird guys from Texas pretending to be the Beatles or whoever it was. So, because we had a following, each time we would go to a different club, those people would come to us, and the club owners loved that we came to play in their club, because they always had a packed house, and everybody tossed a few back, and they made some money. So they would actually, when it came time to close the club for the night, they would actually close the doors and let those people who wanted to stay and talk with us after the show, which was fantastic. And one of those nights, we got into a conversation about the difficulties of continuing being employed, actors compared to musicians. And I hesitate that because we were terrible musicians. We could all sing, but we did finally learn that there was more than 3 chords. So anyway, one night we were talking about that, and one of the actors who came to see us, because most of the people who hung out with us afterwards were in the entertainment industry, actors, singers, dancers, musicians, producers, writers, all of that. And one of the actors stood up and said, "You know, Ted, I have an audition tomorrow for a Broadway show. Why don't you come and see what I have to go through to get a job?" So we worked nights. He was doing it in the daytime, so I went along to watch. Well, I didn't know at the time, but he and 3 of his buddies who came to see us no matter where we were had decided that once they got me into the theater, they were going to force me on the stage to feel what it was like to stand up there in the darkness and, present yourself to the director for a possible job. Well, I had watched him sing and perform, and when he finished, we were walking out, and they gave us all a number. You had to have a number to get up to your turn to audition. And they called my number, and I kept walking, and suddenly they grabbed me and picked me up and forced me onto the stage. And I'm standing up there, like right now, for example. The reason I keep doing this is because the lights are so bright I can't see you if I'm here. It's just, I can't see you at all. But through this, now I can see, and you shaved very nicely today. My goodness, your makeup is pretty. So it was completely dark. I couldn't see a thing, except there was a work light here, which is just a lamp with no shade on it, with a bulb, and a piano player. I introduced myself to the piano player and just stood there. A little bit I heard this voice from the darkness said, "Are you Mr. Neeley?" I said, "Yes." "What have you prepared for us today, Mr. Neeley?"